Hello everyone, and let's take a look at the Star Wars The Old Republic 2017 roadmap. Yes, it's finally been released. Keith's dog has stopped chewing on the memory stick that it was on. It has finally stopped chewing on it, and we finally have the roadmap for 2017. They say the team has been very busy reviewing all areas of the game and has built a vision that we are eager to share with you in this roadmap. They gathered suggestions directly from our players and influencers, gained insights from our comments on our forums and their fan sites, and they've received feedback for conversations at their Cantina events. Okay. So what they've got is the gameplay direction. We're gonna skip on down to. It says we've been saying for a while that the focus this year return to a massively multiplayer and group-based content. Imagine that. Imagine an MMO with MMO content. That is such outside the box, blue sky thinking that came up with that. That your MMO RPG needs MMO content. Imagine that. That's a revelation that they've had. Good, really. So they said the launch of the Knights of the Eternal Throne. They've already delivered a new daily area. Yeah, it was boring. New operation boss. Yeah, one boss. And the return of 2 companions. You could only really get one of them, though. You couldn't really... It wasn't the return of 2, but you had your choice of 1, you know. So it says, focus on gameplay improvements and continue that this year, and will include revisiting existing game systems, provide enhancements where needed whenever possible. Good. So we've got a section called Operations. Remember them? It says, it's been far too long to provide you with extremely challenging multiplayer activities. Yes, in a multiplayer game, we need multiplayer activities. We all know our Operations, 8 to 16 player PvE boss fights. Our favourite pastime of guilds. Most of those guilds have gone now, but, you know, it took them, only took the development team 2 years to really realise that, you know, if you don't provide those guilds with something, they're just going to leave, and they're just going to find something else. So they've said delivering an operation is a fundamental change in our direction this year, and our plan is to provide you with a new boss encounter every few months. Yes, 1 boss encounter every few months. You read that correctly. By doing it this way, we can deliver high quality, challenging boss fights much faster than making you wait until the end of the year for an expansion. I doubt this game would have lasted to the end of the year, to be honest, if they didn't come out with the bosses. So the new bosses are on the public test server. It's 2 droids, really. It's going to be a droid-themed raid, it seems like. The gods from the old machine raid. Again, I don't think they've learned the lesson of 2016, really. Bear in mind, massively OP. The voters there, the people there, or whatever. What do we call them? Viewers? Readers. It's a website. Readers there voted it the worst business model of 2016, and they're kind of doing the same thing with raid bosses. I mean, they did it with chapters, where it was 1 chapter every month, and you had to pay, you know, every single month to play it, or you could just subscribe at the end and get everything. So wait till all the bosses are released, subscribe at the end, and do all the bosses. There you go. It's the same business model, the exact same business model. They've learned nothing. Absolutely nothing. So it's going to be two female droids. Can droids be male or female? I mean, we have so many genders now for humans. Jesus Christ. I had to fill out a form. It took me 45 minutes because it was 19 pages of fucking genders. You know, that's what it's like these days. Like, fuck it. I'll just put asshole. Asshole, that's my gender. I'm a fucking asshole. There you go. Job done. Of course, it was on page 73 of 96, so I had to scroll through a lot of pages. So it says we have already changed how our level tier gear drops in operations. Yeah, because it just didn't drop. That was useful. And then it was random. Random. Kill a boss, and oh, we got fuck all. Kill the underlurker. Yay, fuck all. Thank you for that. Been here for 4 weeks trying to kill that boss. Oh, fuck, nothing. Slap in the face continues. So adding a platinum quality item you can earn from defeating certain bosses in veteran and Master Modes, which is HM and Nightmare, basically. I still like the older names. I don't know why they changed them. I think, not a fan of the new changes. HM and Nightmare was easier just to say. In an upcoming post, we'll let you know which bosses drop which rewards. Here's the thing, what are those platinum rewards going to be? Are they cosmetic? Is it going to be like the Wings of the Architect mount, or the, like the Corruptor Blade? Or is it going to be gear? Are we going to get sort of platinum quality? Are you basically introducing sort of the Titan Forge system from WoW? Is it going to be random? I haven't said a lot. We'll need to take a look at that again. They said they'll let us know. If it's cosmetic, fair enough. I mean, there's already a lot of cosmetic things. We've mentioned a few of them there. Corruptor Blades, purely cosmetic. But I take it they'll be adding the cosmetic. I hope it is cosmetic. I mean, cosmetic items, you take it or leave it. Really, I never got a Corruptor Blade. Because I was a merc during that progression, during Dread Fortress progression. Yeah, being a merc, just never ever got one. Our tank got one, our marauders got two. They got two each of those Corruptor Blades. They were alright, I mean, they look nice, but as a merc, I never felt the need to get one. And then later on, 4.0 was a Vanguard, so again, never needed one. So PvP... Let's move on to that. That still exists, apparently. PvP exists. So they've had two new PvP maps, continued improving PvP by adding fun activities throughout the year. It's Season 8, current season in progress. End of all is the end at the end of August. So the new update, patch 5.4, is Crisis on Umbara. I'm calling it Umbara. Umbrella, maybe. We'll call it Umbrella then. Umbara. So they're finalizing the rewards now. So class balance, the PvP, it's a hot topic in PvE as well. Combat is at work building a plan for the future. Class balance changes. Rolling out the changes with the Sisters of Carnage, which is the droids, which have a gender apparently. Just assume their gender, those droids. That's just terrible. How the fuck? How droids don't reproduce? They don't need a gender. No, they don't need it. I'm thinking about this too scientifically, though. 5.3 coming in July. They've said monthly updates until they're satisfied with the adjustment. What they really need to do is separate PvE class balance from PvP class balance. That's the ultimate, because you're trying to balance the two of them and it just doesn't work. Maybe they should have like a separate sort of PvP command XP system where don't give gear as the rewards for gaining a rank, but you gain access to perks. Let's say they're PvP utilities, shall we say. You know, things like you have, say, 10% stun resistance. Like you've got a 10% chance that a stun is going to miss on you, that whenever you gain a rank, you can access that perk. Or you get to a certain rank, you can access that perk. And you can have something like, say nothing game breaking, like 10% less damage taken against other players. Something like that. Or have something like, casting Force Lightning, for example, makes you immune to interrupts. You can't be interrupted while casting Force Lightning as a Madness Sorcerer, for example. Something like that. It's not going to be game breaking and it's not going to change it in a dramatic sense. And go back to commendations for gear, I think, because the problem with this gearing system is the randomized nature of it just makes it awful for PvP. PvP gearing should be over in a day, really. As soon as you hit level 65 in 4.0, you can have a full set of 208 gear. And there was nothing wrong with that. Getting gearing out of the way helps with the sort of class balance. It's very difficult to balance classes when people's gears are all over the place. And it's just RNG that you're getting that gets someone good gear. It's not skill. It's not a time commitment. It's just pure pot luck. Whereas we don't want a massive time commitment. We want gear to be out of the way for PvP. Get gear out of the way. And then get rid of the gearing process basically, and make it a more even playing field. Having those perks, they're gonna help, and then if you hit a certain level, or whatever the max level is, you can prestige, and you basically will get a massive credit reward, say 1,000,000 credits or something like that. You will get a shit ton of ranked comms, give them a lot of ranked comms for the ranked season when it finishes, so they can buy the ranked rewards. And you will, of course, lose access to all the perks, and maybe give them a sort of title or a sort of those player icon customization things that you get nowadays. Have one of them unlocked for prestiging, but then you lose access to all the perks, and you have to start again and grind all over again for access to those perks. Something like that would be quite good. Maybe once you reach a certain level, like say you're only allowed 3 perks in unranked war zones. You get a choice of perk, and you're allowed 3 of the utility perks, we'll call them. I don't know, PvP perks, we'll call them, I guess. You're only allowed 3 of them in unranked war zones. In ranked war zones, maybe allow you access to, say, 5 of them. You can have 5 perks active. You can change whatever you want depending on the situation, I guess, but you're allowed less in unranked. This keeps unranked a bit more even, and it keeps unranked accessible, whereas ranked is the kind of full fat PvP, I would say. Something like that would be good, but gearing in PvP, pretty awful, really. Story and companions are going to continue moving the story after IOCATH. They announced in their Cantina tour of Orlando. Next major story update is coming in August with the Crisis on Umbara, featuring an exciting new Flashpoint. Is it going to have RNG in it? It better not. So yeah, we're getting a new Flashpoint, basically. I take it there'll be solo and all other difficulties. So, bringing back the old companions they're going to do. So they're going to bring back new companions as they release updates. Customizable companions, including Lana, Shay, Koth, and Senya, they're going to add, which is good, you know, because they can't be customized. I think you can customize their weapon, and that's it for those companions. You can't customize their outfit, so that's good. Again, you have access to the cash shop, so you know there's a lot of outfits and things like that. It does make sense that you could put them on your companions, really, or you couldn't put them on those companions. It was only certain companions that could be customized. Now, that didn't make any sense, really. They said they're going to make improvements to companions this year to enable you to increase their influence by doing in-game tasks you typically do when you play. That's better, you say. I grind Makos on my Merc just by farming Black Talon. You get a shit ton you get like 400 influence per run for that, so it's the best way. So based on the feedback at IOCATH, they're exploring new options for daily areas, adding updating events, don't have vehicle sections that last too long. Updating events need updating. Those events are well out of date. The Rakghoul event is just pointless now. I got the mount I wanted. I got the infected, it was the infected, the irradiated, yeah, that was not the irradiated Varactyl, the infected Varactyl. That was the mount I really wanted, and I've never been back there since. Same with the Illum one, the Gree one, where you have, the only real reason to do it is to farm Xenoanalyst now. Because we've got Exalted, I don't really see the point. The only thing is to try and get that red sphere mount, which is a very rare drop from Xenoanalyst. So you end up just going on all your alts and farming Xenoanalyst. We need other things to do there as well. That would be nice. It's just such a rare drop, but it's the only thing worth getting. So the Chevin event, I'd love to see come back as well. The Chevin event was kind of fun, although they did take all the rewards and put them in the game now, so you didn't need to do the Chevin event. I got my legendary sniper rifle doing the Chevin event. I got that speeder, which was broken. I love that speeder. I used to go about and tell new players that you can damage your mounts. Be careful. It's like, what happened to your mount? It's like, oh, if you get attacked while mounted, it can be damaged. Just to troll new players by telling them that. Be careful, because it's all over the place. to drive into things and things. Go, whoa, I'm out of control. People used to ask me that back in vanilla because I bought quite a few of them and spread them out amongst my alts and used them for leveling. They have gave them full speed now at least, so you could use them. You had to stop using them after a while, which was a shame. As well, they are adding new mount speed as well. So quality of life improvements is the next part that we're looking at. They've said that they're gonna fixing long-standing bugs like force leap. I'm sick of force leaping and landing short. Fix that bug. Said changes to existing game systems. Change the group finder, please. Add priority queues to group finder, at least. So if we're short, let's say we're short a tank. We're short on tanks in the group finder. You highlight tank as priority queue. So if you queue as a tank, you are going to get additional rewards. Maybe that platinum item, maybe a chance at a platinum item, maybe a cartel pack even, something like that, or something galactic command pack. Something decent to tempt people to queue in group finder. So it said simplifying ways to do things in game. Yeah, that would help simplify ways to do things. It would certainly increase the speed. People say, oh, people will just queue as a tank then, just to get the rewards. But this is the thing, if you queue as a tank for for like a veteran or a master flashpoint, whatever the hell HM flashpoints are called these days, if you queue as a tank and you're not a tank, you're not going to succeed. So you have to succeed to get the reward. So that'll fix that. You queue as a tank and you have to queue random to get the reward. Though they are going to increase the speed of the mounts. It's coming. I think we're going up to what, 130%? 120, 130. It's currently 110 is the maximum speed. They're going to add legacy perks, is what they've said. They'll look to offer more customization improvements, such as weapon tuning enhancements. Weapon tuning was awful, to be honest with you. I don't think I've ever got a weapon tuning thing in this game. I got the festive one, just because you could buy it in the cartel market, and that was it. I'll often play too zoomed out to even look at my weapon. The thing I would really like is weapon transmog. We really need that in the game. They did mention it. That is something that they are looking at implementing. Not this year, they've said. But yeah, weapon transmogs, turning a weapon into another weapon. Because I'm using crafted weapons, and you can't pull mods out of crafted weapons right now. I've got a crafted rifle, crafted pistols, and I don't like the look of them particularly because my merc has used the same pistols since vanilla. They were the Rakata ones, Overkill and Early Retirement. I used them. They were the ones that what's his face, Nico Okar uses in the first trailer for Star Wars: The Old Republic. I used them. So they're moving on to the Summer of SWTOR. Ooh. Our planned summer 2017 game updates, along with highlights of what's included in each release. Okay, the Nar Shaddaa Knife Light event is coming in patch 2.2, 5.2.2 should I say. June 13th, that is 2 weeks away. I'm recording this June 1st. They've got new rewards. They've got a Gamorrean companion. You can have a piggy, a little piggy following you around. Nice. We better be able to force choke the piggy. Because you gotta be able to force choke a piggy. Have a Rancor pet as well. Rancor mount and a piggy companion. The poor little piggy companion. Oh, he's gonna get eaten by that Rancor, isn't he? Starfighter, remember that? That's getting improved. Requisition gains. Gunship and the Bomber are available by default. I've no idea. I've never actually done Starfighter. Having played Rogue Squadron recently, I imagine I'll be disappointed with it. Because I don't imagine it'll be as good as Rogue Squadron somehow. They're also adding companion influence, can be earned through crew skill missions. That's good to see. Command legacy experience perk for alts. Once one of your characters reaches command rank 300, which is fucking long grind, you can acquire a new legacy perk to increase CXP gains for other characters. Finally, what we really need is, if you hit rank 100, all your alts get 100% CXP gain. 200, 200% CXP gain. 300, 300% CXP gain for all your alts. That would be better. I say that as I'm playing World of Warcraft at the minute, and my artifact knowledge is at 38 out of 40 is the maximum it can be. And I get 2.3 million% gain to artifact power. I mean, granted, my next artifact ability is 182 million artifact power to the next one, and eventually when you get up even higher, it gets into the trillions, apparently. Yeah, they capped it at rank 40 instead of rank 50 now, so I don't know what the percentage gain is at rank 40. It's like 2.3 million it is now at rank 38. You have to wait again, it's a time gate, but I think doing something like that would be useful, because get your alts out of tier 1 as quickly as possible. Tier 4 armor is going to be craftable. It's interesting. Tier 4 is best in slot, isn't it? It's a bit weird to craft that. Theron, Shan, Shay, Vizsla's appearances will be customizable in that patch. The legacy perks, the mount speed up to 130%, is going to be added. And of course, tier 1 gear will be purchasable for command tokens. So get your command tokens saved up. The best way to get command tokens is to just play low CXP sort of level alts, because they gain more CXP levels for doing things like story mode operations than someone who's a higher CXP. Obviously, you want to try and get one of your characters at least the command rank 300. I think mine's is at 80. It's the highest. It shows how little I played this expansion. Haven't been interested in it. Just nothing interesting. Iocath was boring, I thought. Update 5.3 is coming in July. Is going to be the Sisters of Carnage. Those gender lock. There you go. Maybe that's what they do. They just a switch. Gender switch. Yeah, that's how they decide droid's gender. They have a switch. They go and they lock it in place, so you can't edit it. It's like a sort of BIOS that you can't edit on the droid. That's it. That's what they do. That's how they do it. I have decided that's how it happens. So you're gonna fight those two machines in story and veteran mode, no master mode, I guess. Brand new stronghold with a great view of the ocean. Manan? Maybe? Manan, an underwater stronghold in Manan would have been quite cool. I mean, you think ocean, I think Manan. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. Doesn't say where it is. The ability to search for stronghold decoration using new filters, fair enough, and class ruining changes. Bear in mind the word class balance in BioWare speak is ruin. Meaning, so changes for sorcerers, power techs, assassins, snipers, mercs, and operatives. Can't wait for them to be ruined. So there's going to be appearances for additional companions in 5.3. 5.4 will be August. It's the Crisis on Umbara. I keep going to say Umbongo. Remember that? It was like a soft drink that was around in the 90s. It's called Umbongo. That was a cool drink. Probably full of sugar, mind you. Probably killed a lot of people. Probably had poison in it. Everything in the 90s was bad for you. Was such an awesome time. The story will continue in new Flashpoint. Crisis on Umbrella. I'm going to call it Umbrella. Because I feel like it's got UMB in it. I'm going to call it Umbrella. Appearances for additional... I think they're going to add appearances for additional companions in every single patch. They're going to add new appearances. They haven't said which one, but there is one there for 5.3 and 5.4. It's not a lot revealed about 5.4. There's going to be some PvP stuff, they've said. There's going to be a new PvP map, apparently. Yeah, Season 8 ends, is what they've said, so maybe there'll be a new PvP map. Hopefully there will be. Kind of, there's a few hints there. Maybe the last section of this is player communications, and they want to improve their cadence of releasing information to you. Yeah, keep Keith's dog away. Keith, keep your goddamn dog away from the goddamn memory stick that you keep things on. There you go. That's what you gotta do. It's important to us that you know our opinions. Did that record? No, it didn't stop. I thought the recording software had stopped there. Important that you know our opinion, that your opinions count, our opinions count there, and you have a serious stake in whatever changes we make to the game. To do this, we must chat with you on a regular basis with a specific focus in mind. That is our plan. Starting this week and the weekly thereafter, throughout June and July, we're going to be posting on the forums to share specific features that we're thinking about, and those already in progress. In the process. English, Keith. Learn it. In process. Process is the word, it says. I do it for progress, personally. Or in the process. In the development process. There you go. We want to get your input and talk through the pros and cons of each topic. See how you feel. Oh, our feels are getting taken into account. Yay! Don't know why I said that like that. We'll set expectations for how we want to interact and keep our engagement productive. If we all do this correctly, it'll be a fun and rewarding experience. Good stuff. I agree with that. We will be posting a wide range of topics, everything from new content to the reinvigoration, should I say, it's the correct word though, of existing features. Look out for these posts. I nearly read it's 3. These posts every Wednesday. Ooh, we got Wednesday now. Got something to look forward to at least. Of course, plan to deliver an updated roadmap each quarter. That's good to see. This way you get the only direction that we're heading, but know what to expect specifically over the few months. Look forward to our continued discussion. Respectfully, our commander-in Keith. So there you go. That is the roadmap. I should point out that this whole Summer of SWTOR thing is, while it's interesting, you've got to look at what their competitors are doing over the summer. Final Fantasy XIV has Stormblood launching in this month, in the month of June. The Elder Scrolls Online has Morrowind, which is a full expansion, launching again in this month of June. And World of Warcraft has the Tomb of Sargeras raid, which is a 9-boss raid, which is also launching, or expected to launch. It's not got a final release date this month. So, releasing SWTOR has the RNG gambling event and a raid boss. And that's it. And faster mount speed. So, still way behind other MMORPGs in terms of content being released over the summer. I mean, okay, granted, 2 of them have full expansions, and okay, we just had a full expansion. Or half an expansion, should we say, back in December. I know, but then World of Warcraft is coming out with a 9-boss raid tier, and, you know, we're only getting 1 boss at a time. I've got to say, it is disappointing, the release cadence so far. This year, we have had a few new things, of course. We've had Iocath and we've had Tithe. But World of Warcraft did get, you know, patch 7.2, which had like a new sort of daily area. It is a daily area, the Broken Shore. And, you know, it had a new dungeon added, and it's had, you know, several sort of revamps, and it's had 3 raids. Or, you could argue, yeah, 3 raids since Legion launched. 2.5, really. Trial of Valor was only 3 bosses, but 2.5 raids, and it's getting its 3rd raid, or 3.5 raids, this month. So we've seen the amount of content that Legion has had versus the amount of content that Star Wars The Old Republic has had. And again, we compare it to games like Final Fantasy XIV, which gets constant updates, as well as it is getting the new expansion that's coming out this month. And Elder Scrolls Online is returning to Morrowind. Of course, was the setting of Elder Scrolls 3. It is set before Elder Scrolls 3, well before it, 700 odd years before that, but Morrowind was a lot of people's favourite Elder Scrolls game. It's going to draw in a lot of players back to Elder Scrolls Online. I'm kind of tempted. I like the fact that there's no level requirement for Morrowind. You can start at virtually any level, because of course they had the one Tamriel update, which meant that you could go anywhere, any level, and do quests. Quests weren't level locked anymore. So that was good to see. I haven't checked out Elder Scrolls Online, but it does look to be a decent game, actually. So maybe we'll check that out at some point. And I might resubscribe to SWTOR in June. Spent most of May unsubscribed. I think the subscription ran out about a week ago. We did that cartel pack opening. I don't know what we're going to do for footage for this. We're going to put something in, but no SWTOR footage. I think we've got tons of spare Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy footage. I might throw that in, or KOTOR. Yeah, because I did about 12 hours of KOTOR footage, and we had 6 hours of Jedi Academy footage. So there's plenty of footage to go around. So we'll find footage for this video. SWTOR, not really playing it because I'm unsubscribed right now, and it's not worth playing if you're unsubscribed. Again, I just let my subscription lapse month to month and then decide whether or not I'm going to come back. Maybe patch 5.2.2, come back and check it out. But until then, just remain unsubscribed. I think the biggest problem with SWTOR, and it seems to have been addressed in the roadmap, is that they just went away from making a game and just made a storefront. That's all it felt like. For the last 2 years, it's felt like just a storefront. It's felt like the cartel market is front and center of their attention, and being an actual game has gone, gone sort of under, really. They've gone sort of as if they don't care about the actual game side of it. Make a game, don't make a storefront, essentially. And some of those changes, at least they're bringing it back, having, new flashpoints, new uprisings. We haven't heard anything about uprisings and anything like that. Uprisings were a kind of one and done deal anyway. I never liked them. I think flashpoints are the way to go. They are sort of way better than uprisings, in my opinion. Uprisings were just sort of cut down, stripped out flashpoints with gameplay that just wasn't very fun for anybody, really. I don't think. Not fun as a healer, not fun as a tank, definitely not fun as a DPS. If you lacked AoE, then it sucked, because why did every boss have like 500 ads spawn? That was really annoying, to be honest. Really, really annoying. If you didn't have any good AoE, then it was kind of annoying. I couldn't really play a Deception Assassin, to be honest, because there were just a lack of AoE. I preferred playing a Sork. Madness was okay, you had the dot spread, but naturally they'd always just fucking spawn right after you put out Deathfield, of course. They seem to just wait. As soon as you hit Deathfield, oh, 500 ads have spawned. Thank you for that. So there you go. You're like, for fuck's sake, it's a long cooldown on Deathfield. There we go. So that is the roadmap. Some interesting things there for the future. Will it save the game? Because the game does need saving, to be honest. It is in quite a dire strait. I think I'll probably go back, maybe try raiding, but I'm gonna wait for all the bosses to be released, I think. Not really want to jump in there and do bosses right now. But anyway, that is all for this video. Thank you for joining me. We'll see you again soon, and goodbye.